So here we go. This is our pro fight on the cards. The brilliant pikeman Brian Moore back inside the cage in the blue shorts. Tommy McCafferty in the Irish flag shorts, fighting out of Team Torres in Derry.
Everybody's excited for the return of Brian Moore here. He is a superstar in the cage warriors. The whole of Europe was avoiding this man. McCafferty is known as a kickboxer, but fighting out of Team Torres, I can tell you now, he's going to be well versed on the ground too.
Yeah, Brian Moore, I mean, just a real superstar. He's taken a little bit of time away, had his own gym going on, his own strength training business. Now he's back, he's fully committed, and he's going to pummel in. Let's see what his ground game is like. We know it's very strong. Can he take McCafferty to the ground?
McCafferty has one underhook. He's going to try and use this to maybe try turn Brian Moore, but Brian Moore is linked. He's gone for the single now. And there's the godfather of MMA's voice just overshadowing.
You almost don't need us to say who that is anymore. And we're just falling a wee bit short with the head kick.
Plenty of movement, head movement by Moore here early.
I mean, there's a lot of this, you know, coming out of the SPG guys now. We talked about flow earlier, but you can certainly see it there. Hands are perhaps a little low, though.
He's just trying to confuse McCafferty to get in and do this exactly. He's trying to give McCafferty something to think about, but...
Yeah. Pushing up.
McCafferty trying to get the wide base here as well, and Moore now has the single. He's going to try run the pipe.
Pull away from the fence is the instruction from John Kavanagh to Brian Moore. McCafferty at the moment defending okay. Looks quite balanced in there.
Again, it's that wide base earlier that Paul Hughes was using earlier on against Jean-Paul Power. It's very hard with the wide base to take your opponent down. But Moore is working hard for it here.
Well, he is. He's working very hard, but McCafferty looks pretty relaxed here, Noel, you know?
Well, like he's pushing, you can see the way he's pushing all his weight in on McCafferty there, and that's exhausting as well. For people who don't really watch MMA or are new to MMA, this is exhausting fighting.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about, for example, being in a scrum in rugby, well, it's like constantly being in a scrum. And there's a big takedown.
Brings him over
accepted it, but McCafferty took him into guard and, yes, into the...
Brian Moore picked him up, had a look, said, where's my corner, and dumped him there.
Right into the corner here of Brian Moore now to get the instructions. What can Moore do from this position?
He's where he is. He's going to stay calm. He's going to posture up here. He's going to try and break, as in you can see McCafferty just trying to hold the posture down, so he wants to break this and get his posture up, land some shots and maybe advance his position. Well,
it's a very chess match at the moment. There hasn't been a lot of striking landed at all, but Moore at any point could land down an elbow or a punch.
You got to remember here as well, the pros have an extra 2 minutes in each round. They are 3 5-minute rounds, so plenty of time to work.
Yeah, and of course elbows allowed also.
McCafferty's quite calm on the bottom here.
Got to say, McCafferty's impressive. He got his coach, got his black belt today, Martin McLaughlin. So he's training under the best at Torres, JJ and Newry. Of course, John Kavanagh.
Nice elbow there by Moore.
Coach of Brian Moore, and that was a good elbow, yes.
Just turned the wrist over and landed the elbow. Beautiful.
Moore's remaining very patient. He knows he's in a strong position.
McCafferty just trying to stifle more than that in here. He's not trying to switch his hips or try any transitions here. Just to say that he's looking for an arm here, maybe. No, he's just going high guard there. Moore's calm, he's being here.
Not a lot happening, though, you've got to say. I mean, again, is there a possibility of stand up, or in the pros get a little longer to work?
Well, you know, Declan Larkin, who's an experienced pro himself, will be looking at this and he knows what's trying to happen. In fairness, Moore is opening up and landing. There's 2 elbows. Again, John Kavanagh just asked him to pull the hips away from the cage just to get the better position and step over into mount, which he is trying to do here beautifully.
Yeah, Brian Moore is halfway over into mount, and now he has, and he's flattened out. He's immediately gone heavy with his hips.
McCafferty trying to buck here, but Moore is in a
McCafferty has to be careful if he doesn't buck into the rear naked choke, though.
And Moore's going to posture up, expect elbows from hell here.
It's just super patience from Brian Moore. He is so calm, just listening to instructions, calmly going about his business. Now McCafferty is doing well here to maybe get out of this.
He's doing well. He just needs to keep going, keep going, keep going. Moore recognises him and trying to step over it, but McCafferty goes for the leg. McCafferty has the leg here. Looking. Moore staying relatively calm. Got to watch the up kicks as well.
Now this is an interesting little bit of... now Branmer's foot should be out now. 10 seconds left in the round. And just to finish the round, Branmer trying to land a shot, but nowhere near. But certainly has won the round, certainly in control of the round.
You can see some blood on the face.
Tommy McCafferty though, Noel. You got to say, I mean, Branmer looked very patient working into that mount position, and then what happened?
Yeah, he got the position. McCafferty fought well. He then basically almost shrimped himself out of it to get his knees in between and escalate Brian Moore and sort of recover a better position. Brian Moore then, he went for it. He threatened with a leg lock. Again, it's just to let Brian Moore know it's not all your own way. I have tricks in the book here too. So it was good performance. McCafferty stayed calm and composed in a situation as much as Brian Moore did. McCafferty on the defensive. It can be exhausting if you're panic on the bottom, but he didn't. He stayed cool and calm, and for that, he reserved energy also coming into the later rounds.
Well, both guys look cool and calm in all positions there, as I suppose you expect from the pro fighters here. But, I mean, you would give the round clearly to Brian Moore, but what will McCafferty be looking at then in the second round? Because there certainly wasn't any threat of a submission from McCafferty.